Hello and welcome back to Going Medieval. We are finishing out our incursion here. Our boy here is, I think he's fleeing. Yeah, it says he's leaving. So we just got through defeating all these bad guys. Hopefully that means, we did recruit another person. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 people now that are on our team. We had to convert this room into a bedroom to get that going. We do have some chickens, we male and female, so hopefully we'll start seeing some action there. We have male and female domestic cattle, so also hoping we see some stuff happen there with breeding, but we'll see. We'll see what we get. I would like to continue working on these walls. It looks like they're going around repairing the wood walls right now. There was if I recall correctly, there was a trebuchet or some sort of siege equipment over here, but it went away pretty quick after we ran out and murked the bad guys. We do have quite a spread of equipment here. Some of this is made out of iron. The good news is they should spend the time to break that all down, because I do have dismantling items both here and here, smelt items for metal. I do have both of these things queued up for that. Ooh, smelting metal ore. Yep. Limestone bricks. So the caravan halt. We do have 600 limestone bricks, so probably should take the time to start, or I should say to continue working on this. Did we get more animals? We have more than we had before. Let's look at the wildlife. Did we tame something? Maybe we did. We have some sheep in here. We could train them, hopefully. All right, so let's go ahead and deconstruct these walls. I do want to just kind of tear that all down, and we'll rebuild some stone walls over in this direction. But we kind of got it. We got to wait for them to tear it all down. My guess is because we were just raided recently, we're not going to get raided again in the immediate future. So hopefully I'm right on that, and there's enough time to tear down the walls and replace them. But we'll see how it goes. The settlers are exhausted. I think they're looking for a place to go sleep. Hopefully our construction workers in particular will make more progress. We do have some happy people. They're probably happy, yeah, because we helped people in need. And okay, so that's all a positive thing. How is this going? Lavish meal. Not really spending enough time cooking the meals. So who is our resident chef? Culinary. Christine is a chef. Duncan is kind of a chef. Missa, also a bit of a chef. All right, let's go get this limestone block wall up and running. Lots of hauling is happening here. They're taking everything in, especially the stuff made of iron. I'm grateful that that's getting broken down. We need as much material as we can get because we're going to need iron ingots, steel ingots to do more crafting, especially once we get this up and running. So we are making some metal components. No worker for smithing level 20, so we're not quite to that point at the moment, but we should be relatively close. The smithing, who has the good smithing skill? You had 16. Yeah, so I think it's Missa. 17. So you seem to be our resident smith. Hopefully she spends some time. Oh, look at that. Her mood is slightly increasing. We are doing some dismantling here. I do think that gives her skills still. Yeah, she's almost 18. So hopefully, in pretty short order, sure, her smithing will be up. What I really need is components. Because that's gonna... I need components to build, like, future buildings. I don't think I want to do this until I have 10. I think I want to do this forever. Alright, her skill just went up. Pretty significantly, too. That hopped up a good chunk. Let's take a look at our research and see where we're at. Oh, there we are. Chicken has given birth to 2 more. So we have 209 available. How much do we even need? 30 times, yeah. I mean, we might be pretty much done with this. I'll probably pause it after this. And that way we free up the person to start working on the more relevant stuff. Because we're definitely going to need some theses. To unlock, like, chemistry bench, start doing distilling, get the real good armor and shields up. So I think that needs to be our focus for the time being. What is the skill, intellectual skill? Almost 30, okay. So Florence is over here crushing it. Just making a ton of textbooks. I think I am gonna pause this as well, just to force Florence to work on the thesis. Because that is what we currently need to be focusing on. For sure. Alright, Christine is not doing a lot of intellectual, even though she's capable of it. But hopefully that means she's spending time working on the food stuff. Let's take a look at the jobs list. And who is our resident? Oh, I didn't want to do that. Alright, so you need to set that high priority. You could set that as priority 2. It's pretty high. Should be pretty high priority for you, too. All right, I think people are starting to get hungry, or they're getting mood debuffs because they're eating raw food, because nobody's cooking. So I'm hoping with all those changes, somebody will actually take the time to start preparing these meals that I have indicated to prepare. And it should be relatively quick because we do have quite a bit of bonus production speed with having an appropriate kitchen built. Our animal out here is still trying to get tamed, and at least she has the bodies to eat right now. Um, so she has some accessibility to food. All right, I don't think this is paused or anything. I'm just surprised nobody is working on the job. I assume they have access to this part of the building, yes? As far as I can tell, they do. Maybe they're still just really busy hauling everything around. Oh, there we go. I think I see some progress happening here. Lavish meal. Finally starting to make some progress there. How many thesis do we have? Let's take a look. We've only made 2 so far. I really want to get to armor 3 so we could start making steel stuff. But I don't think, more importantly, I think we need to get to 20 so that we can start making um um mechanical components. I know I need that for crossbows, but I feel like there's some other buildings and stuff that I need mechanical components for. We seem to be doing okay on animal food for now. We have plenty of fodder for the time being. It doesn't seem to rot when I have it enclosed here, so hopefully those resources stay readily available to them. We're about to finish up this wall. How much limestone do we have? 445 bricks. Each wall is, what, like 5 bricks? That's 800 hit points versus 200, so it's pretty significant. 4x the hit points. I might consider continuing to build this way with the amount I have left, since we're done with like half the wall. All right, let's go ahead and destroy. I didn't want to do that. Let's destroy. All right, select walls only. I don't want to destroy that. Also, that's not a wall, FYI. That's a staircase. So why did you select that? I'm not sure. Hopefully we get this built before there's any more raids or anything. Okay, that down. All right, that should complete this for now. We just got that little bit there, and then we can finish off this wall here. But I don't think we have enough on the map for that specifically. I think we're going to have to either dig more out here, or we're going to have to go to uh, set up another caravan and head out and trade some materials for some more limestone bricks. I wish I could remember the building we were trying to build that required mechanical parts. Well, these traps do for sure, but yeah, these stick traps are pretty much pointless. They don't really do much of anything. I'm wondering, not so much with the siege equipment, but they don't seem to follow a particular pattern with where they try to enter your building from. Like they head to a door, but I wonder if I get rid of the other doors, which is inconvenient if we spend any time outside of the fort. But if we only have one door, if I could build some sort of um complicated trap like in Rimworld where you have like a kill box. We seem to be doing just fine right now with what we got, but I would like to kind of continue expanding this. I'm glad I have the farmland inside the fort because when we get raided, I think sometimes they try to like burn that down, and I don't want that to happen. I still have plenty of bricks, so I'm not too worried about them finishing this, even if with some of the failures. I think it'll be okay. People are eating, drinking, not really seeing any problems per se. Thesis, we're almost at 15. That will unlock this for us. We can already get crossbows too, but what's the point? Because we can't actually make them anyway. At least once we get Thesis 15, we can uh, do armor and then probably shields. I definitely want to make some plate armor and a great helm for Christine, our melee character. Food wise, I think we are actually getting food now. We have lavish meals. Take a look at how our kitchen's moving along. I mean, we produced some, but it looks like we must have immediately consumed them because they're gone, and we are not currently building any additional ones. So we'll monitor that for a little while. What's going on here? Oh, that's up on the other floor. Those progress bars. So this is fermenting, making mead, which we have plenty of material for. Definitely have plenty of honey coming out of these hives here. Up here's the start of linen cloth. This field's starting to turn, which is great because that's going to let us spend some time in here whipping together a bunch of gambeson. Because if we look at our characters, looks like they're all currently wearing gambeson, or all the ones that need to be wearing gambeson anyway, are all fine quality or better. All right, our merchant is heading into town here. Let's see what he has to trade. All right, speechcraft. I feel like it's You have 10, you have a 2-star speechcraft. So even though Florence is pretty good, Christine's really good, I think what we're going to have to do is put some resource into Gel, because I want to bump up that social ability quite a bit. All right, so before I acquire, let me. They don't want to. See, I could proffer some beeswax. And then, do you have any? What do you have to acquire? I'm hoping you have something. Nope, nothing really that good. Herbs, cabbage seed, beet seed. All right, well, I don't need to give him that much. If that is the case, so let's. Well, maybe not that much. All right, so I think we'll just buy a little barley. There's really nothing else this guy has for sale that's worth it. I was kind of hoping he'd have some machine parts or something along those lines, but just not seeing it. This is until I have Bruce Gambison. Let's go ahead and unlock Armor 3. We can unlock shields and ice making while we're at it. Just spend it all. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we will need like 60 total of this. So we do need a little more. We should unpause this for the time being. And we can keep making the thesis as well. I mean, focus right now is on harvesting all the flax, which makes sense given the season and that just being what needs to happen at the end of spring. They gotta harvest and replant. Maybe we can sneak out two crops and just get a ton of linen cloth to work with. I know it looks like a lot. You know, we look at this, it says 687, but each time we want to try to make Gambison, it takes 120. So even if we had, you know, 1,000, it's still not enough to make 10. So it goes through really, really quickly. I don't know how it's evaluating what we have. Maybe it's looking. My guess is it's just looking at what's in the storage, and it's not evaluating what is being worn currently. Because once that goes, it just goes in the trash. So I think we're good with saying, hey, have 8 Gambison at any given time, because that'll be 8 in storage. Anytime our guy loses one, because it wears out or whatever, we'll have one readily available. They could swap it, and then in the meantime, before the next one fails, hopefully, or before 8 more fail, it'll be enough time to get that up and running, and make another one. So I think we'll be good. I did focus pretty hard on the mead, and just because we have so much need for it, I feel like we're doing nothing but brewing here, and I still feel like we're running out all the time. So hopefully things get a little better in that regard, but I'm not necessarily confident that that will happen. Looks like culinary went up to 27, which is pretty crazy. She does need to spend a little more time smithing as well, though. So I'm worried about spending too much time on that. Do we want to send anyone to another area? We probably should. I'm 50-50. I don't really want to send them right now because the harvest is happening. Maybe we should wait for the winter and then send somebody with a bunch of stuff that we want to get rid of. For example, there's not that much beeswax, but some beeswax we could definitely afford to part with. Um, Not enough resources on that, so let's take a look at the animals and the wildlife, and let's get back to hunting. I think it's fine to hunt pretty much everything, especially because everybody's wearing gambeson. Now, I feel like I made that bold claim last time and then was immediately rewarded with somebody getting mauled and bleeding to death, or coming close to bleeding to death anyway. Um, so we'll have to see how that plays out. But let's hunt for more food. Maybe make some more raw meat available for lavish meals to happen. So all right, I'm trying to see, this wall did get completed. And we definitely have a bunch of linen cloth. How are we on limestone bricks? We used about 200 for that wall, so I don't think I can do this full wall. But I would like to do at least a little. Yeah, I think that's probably safe to do that much and then build that up. All right, fermenting mead is working its way into actual mead. I feel like that number's still going down though, even though we almost exclusively have been cooking that. Let's go ahead and get limestone block wall. As much of that up and running as we can. Yeah, the fermented wine is not going up that much as well. Now, somebody said in one of my comments before that the alcohol is completely unnecessary. You could pretty much ignore it, and that is true. We definitely could ignore it, but I kind of don't want to because at some point it's likely to become a problem and be a little more required. So I want to get in the habit of making it consistently and not skipping over that. One thing we can do is expand the size of the stockpile now that those furnaces aren't in here anymore. Gives us a little more room to work with. All right, this is coming right along. They got to work pretty quickly on that. I might have used... Oh no, we still have more bricks available. I thought I used pretty much exactly what we had, but not quite. Looks like we're churning out ooh, unusual mechanical parts. That's what I like to see. Need some of those mechanical parts. All right, so we only have 3 more techs to research. 1, 2, 3. I think we'll call it at that once we research everything. Let's go ahead and... Who was our speechcraft gal? Do a little bartering. Come on, when I tell you to barter, I mean it. Alright, so I want to acquire... I don't care about any of this stuff. Herbs, maybe. I do want all of your mechanical components. question is, what will you take in return? You'll probably take some honey. I do have some beeswax still available. All right, let's do that. Let's do a little bit of honey. Did I overlook it? It's got to be alphabetical, right? All right, let's accept that. A little bit of beeswax, a little bit of honey. I feel like these beehives are like cheat mode for the game, because you could trade it for such high values that you could pretty much just trade for anything you want. That does give us enough resources, I think. They must have already taken it. Yeah, they're already working on making crossbows. Nice. Tell me your carpentry skill's good. 21? That's pretty good. Let's go downstairs and take a look at our... Looks like our storage rooms are kind of built out here. Probably overbuilt the library. I don't think we need that much space. Certainly didn't need 2 of them, but we could always downsize later on. Let's take a look at our crossbows here. We have a fine crossbow and another fine crossbow that's mounted into the wall somehow. That's nice. How is... Okay, we halted that production there. So, who is our best archer? Our best marksman, is it Acton? Yeah, I mean, no, Oscar's pretty good too. They're both the same. All right, so let's look at... When we say ranged, I didn't mean to drop that, but that's all right. All right, it does say everything. So, I guess... Let's go ahead and allow everything that we just dropped. They should run around and auto-equip. Hopefully they'll auto-equip the crossbow. I'm assuming it's better, but I'm not 100% sure. Nope. Picked up a good short bow instead. Which is fine. Looks like we just completed another crossbow. Acton is auto-equipping. What are you grabbing there? Like just a short bow. So for some reason they seem to prefer the short bow. Right, we do have a good and a fine quality crossbow. It's more DPS and it's more range, but it's low attack speed. Well, I don't know, DPS calculates that in, so I'm not sure why they're doing that, but they are. Okay, so I think that's a good spot to put the cut in for today. If you like the episode, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel to see more content in the future. And we will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.